Hey, what
Blog Talk Radio.
Damas, Damas, skill, Damas,
Yeah.
Damas,
Are you hear everything going on?
Damas, Damas,
Wow.
Here on the 213, what's going on? Aunt Weezer show. Got that sidekick M. Bowden. You know what I'm saying? Georgia boy.
With the Inspectah Ant.
Yes.
Inspectah M. Bowden show. And originally, man, I want to talk about that Ferguson shit. But I'm on cloud 9 right now because last night my Cowboys, they won, beat the shit out of Philadelphia, and right now we're in first place in the NFC East. And as a Cowboys fan, I'm a skeptical Cowboys fan. I'm a diehard pessimistic Cowboys fan. The Cowboys have disappointed me so much over the last 19 years that I just go into every game think they're gonna lose. And I was happy that they beat Philly last night. I was excited, And then I got the news that, for Dallas to make the playoffs, they got to win out because if they tie with Philly, then Philly has a tiebreaker and Cowboys miss the playoffs. But then last night, in Bowden, I had a fucking vision.
What the vision was?
I had a dream. Cowboys won the Super Bowl. And the dream felt so real. It felt so real. Like I could feel it happening. And I think this is the year. First time since '95, I think this is the year. Cowboys.
Yeah, that'd be
good.
Bowl. That'd be an awesome dream. I mean, an awesome dream come true. I mean, I was a Cowboy fan since I was a little kid, 1985 all the way up to 1994. You know what I'm saying? When Emmitt Smith was playing, back in Troy Aikman, Deion Sanders, Michael Irvin. Oh, man, that was the team. That was the team of the team of the team. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they won Super Bowl back to back. And
they won 3 of them in a 4-year span.
I remember the epic games on Thanksgiving and the Redskins versus the Cowboys, the San Francisco 49ers versus the Cowboys.
You sure you can say Redskins anymore?
Well, my bad.
All words.
I don't know what to call them.
This is the first show. Make sure I get canceled over.
Yeah, politics. But they've been since day one. They ought to be proud. But I'm not touching that with a 60-foot pole. Let's go to the next one.
So yeah, man. But yeah, yesterday was a huge day for us Cowboys fans, and just the NFL in general. You look at what happened. Green Bay lost. They lost to Buffalo, which means Detroit. The fucking Detroit Lions of all teams has a chance to win their first division title since 1993. 1993. I was one. I'm not saying that. I was one. I was in the first grade. I was 6. I was in the first grade back then. My brother wasn't even born the last time the Lions won a division. That's how fucking long it's been. So yes, it was a huge day.
I wonder how Barry Sanders feel about the situation.
Shit. The way the Lions been playing the last, Barry Sanders, I know you got to be happy as hell because, 93, the Lions ain't done shit since he retired. But, the Lions, they got a good team. They got nice offense. Their defense is playing outstanding. But the team to look out for, man, is Seattle. Seattle won the Super Bowl last year, as we all know, man. They whooped Denver's ass. And they look like they about to do it again. That team has been on fire for the last, month and a half. And all I got to say is watch out for Seattle.
Speaking of sports, what was going on with the whooping trial? The guy got in trouble for whooping this kid.
Adrian Peterson.
Right.
Yeah, what happened with about Adrian Peterson is that he appealed the NFL suspending for the rest of the season. He appealed that, and the NFL said that his appeal was denied, which means Adrian Peterson is going to be suspended for the rest of the year. He won't be eligible to come back until April, and even then, the NFL is going to look into see if he shows remorse and see if they'll let him back in the league next year. Now, to me, and actually, this is the topic for today, and that is, this issue. A lot of people feel like, Adrian Peterson should never play in the NFL again. Me personally, I disagree with that. He was disciplining his child. He beat him with a switch. Yes, he cut the kid. The kid did bleed. But, this comes to a topic now where are we taking it too far when we start dictating how people should raise their kids? Because, everybody wants to talk about child abuse, but to me, there's kids out there that's really being abused. It ain't like, Adrian Peterson just came home, got drunk, and just started beating the fuck out of this boy now. This boy also did something wrong, and he deserved to get that ass whooping. But are we really going to start, ruining people's careers, locking motherfuckers up, for disciplining their kids? It don't make any sense. And to me, for the NFL to come out and say that, he didn't show any remorse. I mean, he was doing what he felt like was right. It wasn't like he abused the kid. He was trying to discipline the kid. And, he felt like what he did was right. Now, and Bowden, you can talk to this more than I do because you have kids, I don't. But I just feel like, my mom whooped me, and I feel like, if a kid does something wrong, I believe you should spank your kids and discipline them, and some kids just need that shit. It teaches them discipline, and I just feel like a lot of the absolutes I got when I was younger kept me out of prison.
Kept me out of prison.
Yeah, and the way these laws are written today, my mom would be doing 25 years right now.
You ain't lying. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, times have changed. You got the Facebook era, you got the YouTube era, you got the internet now, and you got these cell phones with the cameras on it. You got so many things out here. It's really not a small world. It's really not a big world like it used to be. It's very small and microscopic. Everybody got you under a glass. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's watching, and you had to watch what you do nowadays. Back in the day, yeah, I got whooped. Did I need a whooping? Yeah, I needed a whooping because I was acting up in school, and back in the day, that's just how it happened. Mama said it take a village to raise a child. If you mess up at school, the teacher gonna whoop you. Then turn around, the principal gonna whoop you. Then turn around, you come home and you see your Uncle Larry, and he asks you how your day was in school. You say, I did that. Larry gonna whoop you. Then you gonna go down the street, then Aunt Eula gonna whoop you. Then when you finally make it home, your mama gonna whoop you. Then Daddy get off of work with Georgia Pacific, Georgia Power, wherever he come home from, and oh man, Daddy gonna bring it down on you. So by the time you get to the house, you're gonna get about 4 or 5 ass whoopings. Easy. And that's how it was back in the 80s and in the early 90s and going into the 2000s. But, it seems like times change, man. And should we whoop our kids? Me? Yeah. But at the same time, you should obey the laws that the government set. And if you want to be free, you should obey the laws. Now, it's a catch-22. Now, when you're looking at Michael Brown's situation or Trayvon Martin's situation, did they need their ass whooped? Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? But did they deserve to die? Hell no. But did they need their ass whooped for the things that they were doing? Yeah. Whooping, that's the question for the day, folks. Whooping your kids prevent things that happened in the Trayvon Martin case or the Michael Brown case. I mean, if they would have got thorough ass whoopers, would they have been in the situations that they was in? Now, I exclude Trayvon Martin because that's a different story. But Michael Brown, he was stealing a pack of cigarettos, and on top of stealing a pack of cigarettos, robbed the store for $48, Strong arm robbery.
And not only that, he beat the fuck out of the clerk, which is assault.
Text in, call in, folks, and let us know how you feel about that question.
And and breaking news on the Adrian Peterson thing. He and the NFL Players Union, they're gonna be suing the NFL over this. So that shit's about to get it's about to get messy. It's about to get pretty messy. So we'll see how that works out. And that's another question too. What's the point? I think at this point, Adrian Peterson is just suing the NFL out of principle because there's only 2 weeks left in the NFL season. So I mean, by the time this gets situated, the season will be over anyway. So he's not gonna get anything out of it this year. But it's just gonna be interesting to see how this whole situation plays out. And as far as the Mike Brown thing, I have issue with Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton over the weekend, I'm not sure if you heard about this, and Bowden that he held a protest in D.C. With all the families of the victims, whether it be Mike Brown family, Eric Gardner family, Tamar Rice family, all of them came out protesting D.C. And this whole narrative of Black Lives Matter. But I have a question for people like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and all them. I do feel like some of these cops do abuse the badge, do abuse the power. But just last week in L.A., this man was shot. A white man shot in the head in cold blood in the middle of downtown L.A. by a white cop too. Now, where's the protest for that? Where's why is not headline news on CNN or Fox News or MSNBC? And why is nobody talking about it? Because it was a white on white crime. So apparently black lives only matter if if they're killed by white people. The black lives don't matter if they're killed by other blacks. This white guy that got killed in downtown LA by a cop. Where's the justice for him? Why is nobody protesting for him? In Georgia, this white kid with Down syndrome was choked out by a police officer similar to what Eric Gardner. Where's the protest for him? Where's the justice for him? So it's not just a racial issue. It's become a United States issue. But all these people are trying to make it a racial issue and try to divide the country. We need to take a look in the mirror because it's not just happening to black folks. Black people need to stop acting like we're the victims. It's happening to white people too, and it's happening to Hispanics. Hispanics got just as bad as we do. And the people that really should be bitching is Native Americans.
Amen. Because they ain't got no say so, and that bothers me that this is their country and they ain't got no say so over anything. But to put that to the side, not trying to knock the natives because we love our native brothers and we love our white brothers, our Mexican brothers, and our black brothers. But at the same time, at the end of the day, we all Americans. And why can't we not just be black Americans? Why we can't just be white Americans? Why we just can't be called Americans? I was born and raised in America. Why I can't be called American? Why? Why I have to be labeled black first before I'm American? Not to say I disregard my culture. I don't. But I ain't never lived to step foot in Africa. My mama ain't never lived to step foot in Africa. My granddad ain't never lived to step foot in Africa. My great-granddad ain't never lived to step foot in Africa. So why am I called an African American? Why I'm not,
man. No, not that, but depending on you might not even be fucking African, But I found out, because we did a DNA test on my mama's side anyway, and we found out that on my mama's side we ain't even fucking African. We're Barbadian and Dominican.
When we get past this race thing, people, I believe we'll be able to overcome and be able to come together. I mean, think about 9/11. We all came and pulled together, black, white. Do we have to take a tragedy for us to come together as Americans? Do we have to take another terrorist attack for us to come together as American, not worried about black or white? Because everybody died in that trade tower. Black, white, Puerto Rican, Latin Americans, everybody died. Indian, Dominican, every race. New York is a multicultural. Is a what you call a melting pot, right?
It's a cultural melting pot. I mean, New York got every fucking thing. Man, you got Jamaicans, Africans, whites, and even the whites in New York are divided between the Italians and the Russians and the Chechens, and I mean it's just a melting stew of different cultures. You got Spanish Harlem, Italian Harlem, Jamaican Queens. So I mean it's like I said, I mean, it's a cultural melting pot. You got a little bit of everything, and for me. Growing up in California, it's the same way. I lived in L.A. for 4 years. I grew up in the Bay Area, and it's just a multi. It's like a pot of racial stew. You got a pot of racial stew. You got niggas, chinks, crackers, sticks, every fucking thing just in this soup. And also too, living in the South is also different because just mostly just whites and blacks out there.
Yeah. So that's my question for y'all folks. Is it will have to be another terrorist attack for us to come together, and then another thing about the whooping what corporal punishment would have been a benefit for Michael Brown to prevent his life being taken away. Because I think to myself, when I was 16, 17 years old, I had a bunch of run-in with police, but I got myself out of that situation. You can't fight fire with fire. At the same time, you dealing with a story.
We got a situation. Maybe we could talk about this for the last 10 minutes here that we have of this show, but I'm not sure. I'm just finding out about this right now. I'm not sure if it's on the news or anything like that, but there's a shooting in Philadelphia. 6 people were dead. 6 people were killed. And police are hunting right now. Police are hunting for the suspect. The suspect killed 6 of his relatives whose bodies were found on Monday in Philadelphia. And they're searching for Bradley William Stone. And the Stone could be armed and dangerous. He killed 6 people, and he wounded another. So 7 people were harmed in the shooting. 6 are dead. So 1 is injured. He's an ex-Marine, and they say he stands at 5'10". He's 195 pounds. He has a reddish beard and a cropped haircut, and he's 35 years old. And again, this is in Philadelphia, so anybody who lives in Philadelphia, if you know this man or seen him, call 911. But he killed his he killed his wife. He killed his ex-wife, who was in a custody battle with over his 2 daughters, and he killed 5 other people. And right now he's on the run. So that's a situation right now developing in Philadelphia.
Got to be more careful. Yeah, that's bad, man. That's bad.
Well, I mean, sometimes when these custody fights don't take it that way. Not because it's ex-Marine. They might use the whole post-traumatic syndrome or whatever he went through, being in Iraq or whatever. But he killed his wife. He killed his ex-wife because they said they were battling over custody of the 2 kids, and he killed 5 other people and injured another. So that's a tricky situation.
Pray for that. Pray for that person's family. Pray for the family.
Yeah. I also pray for his two young daughters. They just lost their mother. And it looks like their dad might be getting locked up. But right now, Daddy's he's on the run.
That's bad right there, man. Right around the holidays, people get desperate. people get low down around the holidays. So, you have to watch and pay attention and just keep your eyes guarded on people, because people do things that you wouldn't think be targeting you. I mean, that's a different story, but you just have to keep your eyes focus on your surroundings. Because the holidays is real treacherous, man. Bad things happen around the holidays. And think about it. Do you remember in Texas when the Iraqi family, the man came in at Santa Claus and killed the whole family? You remember that was 2 years ago? You remember that?
Nah, man, I don't remember that shit, man. I remember, the only thing I remember 2 years ago was that Sandy Hook shit, man.
Sandy Hook.
Buddy shot the whole school. He thought it was going to be the end of the world, and he decided, he won't take the little bit end of the world, but he's gonna send them kids. And so he killed all of them and killed himself. That's why sometimes, man, end of the world shit them white folks are talking about, man. You can't you gotta be careful with that shit, man. Because some people, man, you don't know what their mindset is at, and they take that shit a little too literally. They want to go around killing motherfuckers, and you just don't know what a person's mind frame is. But this case right here in Philly, it just looks like him and his wife. Well, ex-wife, sorry. They just got into a custody battle over their 2 kids, and I don't know exactly the situation with that, but it looks like he decided that if he was going to get custody of his kids, and he got to kill his ex-wife, so he killed his ex-wife. Now, the 5 other people that he killed, I don't know how they're related to him or his wife in any situation. It could be maybe he saw his wife fucking somebody else and decided, fuck it, I'm killing everybody in this goddamn house. Just like OJ. You know what I'm saying?
OJ, that's another different story.
OJ knows that. That is why 34 fucking times, man.
Yeah. That first. You were talking to while he was. You were talking to him while he was stabbing. Then I tell you, I pay for all this shit. Can you stab? How many times you stabbed Ron Goldman?
Like 2 times. Just get him out the way.
Get him out the way.
Just focus on his wife.
I paid for this motherfucking shit. I did this shit. Don't you understand? Please. And just talking to you. You know how you used to get whooping. And Mama be talking to you. Yeah, I told you not to.
And you got to say everything. They be whooping your ass.
But we could get sued. We could get sued for talking like that. So let's leave that alone.
Leave OJ alone. But yeah, man. Shit, it's a crazy world we live in. Crazy world.
Yeah, well, you gotta stay prayed up. You gotta pray. Prayer changes things. Especially holidays. A lot of things, come at you when you ain't even looking for it. So, just, pray. Prayer changes things, Get yourself centered, find you a higher power, and stay focused on love, peace, and soul, like the late Don Cornelius said, R.I.P. to him. R.I.P. to all the greats, James Brown, R.I.P. to Michael Jackson, R.I.P. to the greats. The greats that left this world untimely, you know what I'm saying? They will be missed, God loved James Brown so much he died on Christmas Day.
Yeah, man, R.I.P. to Bobby Brown's career, because he's fucking up.
What's going on with Bobby Brown?
I don't even know, man. I just know he was in the news for something that he did, man. Bobby Brown, he been fucking up for years.
Well, maybe he missed Whitney. Whitney Houston was so beautiful. You never have another one like that. Bobby Brown was here too. He was a good guy.
Yes, he is.
Bad boy R&B.
Yeah, took us on that cocaine.
Shouts out to Beantown, Boston in the house. Shit. Dorchester. You know what I'm saying?
And we ain't got time to talk about it, man. But they come out a Whitney Houston fucking movie.
For real? Who gonna play Whitney Houston?
Let me get that for you. They had to come out a Whitney Houston movie on Lifetime, man. And they now I'm surprised they're making this damn movie too, because Lifetime just came out the Aaliyah movie. Me personally, I haven't seen it. My brother watched it. My mama watched it. Everybody I talked to said that movie was bullshit. And Wendy Williams, she be ashamed of herself for making that fucking movie.
So Wendy Williams produced the movie?
Yeah, it was a movie on Aaliyah, and the movie was terrible.
It should have Ain't Dash produced it.
Well, to me, they shouldn't even make the fucking movie because Leah's family didn't want the movie made. And that's a whole nother story. To me, man, you gotta, respect the family's wishes, man. If they didn't want a movie made about her, then they should have made one. Whitney Houston, to me, that shouldn't be on no Lifetime. That should be in the movie theater. Because you make a movie about Whitney Houston, that movie gotta be rated R. Because all the shit that she did in her fucking life, all the cocaine and the drugs and the sex. Even when she died, man, OD'd on fucking medication pills, mixing pills, alcohol and shit. So to me, man, you gonna make that movie, man, you gotta be rated up. You can't just make that movie for TV.
Shouts out to 213 LA. Shouts out to 510
Oakland.
Shouts out to 478, the whole 478. From Warner Robins all the way down to Fort Valley, from Fort Valley all the way down to Macon, from Macon all the way down to Forsyth, from Forsyth. Shouts out to 770. Shouts out to Barnesville. Shouts out to the A. Shouts out to Augusta, Georgia. Shouts out to the whole GA 912. Shouts out to Savannah, Georgia.
Shit.
Shouts out to
shout out to the whole US of A.
US of A. All 50 something states. And Puerto Rico.
Matter of fact, man, shout out to our homies up north, Canada A.
Yeah. Candyland. Shouts out to Canada.
Oh, yeah. Canada.
Yeah, we trying to get national exposure, man. This is our first. But shouts out to my mama, Josephine Harris Deeds. Shouts out to my dad, Milton Terry Bowden Sr. Shouts out to my two little babies, Eliza and Elijah Bowden. And shouts out to Union Hill.
Time out, man. Elijah and Eliza, man. Them names are too close together. It's hard. You get them kids confused.
Yeah, but they're my babies. But
your babies, man.
It's all good.
To answer your question about Whitney Houston, the girl playing Whitney, Yaya DaCosta. Never heard this girl.
But thanks for sticking in and watching the Aunt Weezy show, man. Aunt Weezy and Milk Powder show.
It's not Aunt Weezy. This is the Inspectah Aunt and Bowden show. And we only got about 20 seconds left. So, check us out. You can either listen to us live every day at 5:30 Eastern, 4:30 Central, 2:30 Pacific time, or you can just subscribe to our show, and you can listen to us any day you want. So we out.